also the benefits of constructive rest. I think more people need to do it and understand it. And I've seen little blurbs coming out from my friends or on social media about the benefits of laying on the floor, what they
Mhm.
call it, right?
Yeah.
And I giggle because then they'll send it to me and they'll say, "Isn't this what you do?" I'm like, "Well, maybe." Like, yeah, there's a lot of wisdom there. And even my husband will see it and he'll turn his phone to me and be like, "This is you. You lay on the floor."
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I mean, that's what I do." And even a friend at work, a new person at work was like, "Did you hear about the benefits of laying on the floor?" I'm like, "I told you about this. This is constructive rest." He's like, "I did it in my plan period."
Right, right. And
I'm
and
like,
though
"Well,
it's not just lying on the floor, it's
no,
fairly
no."
specific. Yeah, okay,
But
good.
that's what they call it when
Yeah,
they don't
some Alexander teachers call it a lie downs.
a lie
The
down.
Brits like to say that. Yeah,
Yeah,
but they mean the Alexander lie down,
yeah,
not
the
falling
Alexander lie
asleep
down.
in bed
Yes.
lie down. Yeah,
And
right.
I also I have a few great recordings, a couple of your friends and a couple I found on the internet. And some are 7, some are 20 minutes, so they're
Yeah.
different lengths. And in my very busy season at work that I'm going to tell you about in my negatives or my cons that have been going on, I could sense it in my students that they needed a reset.
Yeah.
And so I started class that day. And this is thankfully with my class, my elect group of vocal singers that are competitive singers. They're also the leads in the musical, so they're just exhausted. And I felt it too. And I said, "Everyone, grab out your reading book from your backpack, find a spot on the floor." And they're like, "Are we doing the thing on the floor?" I'm like, "Yes." We even dim the lights. And I was like, "You're gonna listen to my friend Imogen, who's gonna coach us through 20 minutes."
Wow, that's
That
great.
adorable British accent. You,
Yeah.
if you, yeah, I told them, I said, "I get the most out of it when I don't fall asleep."
Yeah.
So I encourage you to encourage yourself to stay awake,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, but nobody's in trouble if the constructive rest puts you into a deep sleep.
Right. Right.
And we did it. We laid down and they were so grateful.
Yeah.
Like many of them came to me, "Mrs. Ditter, thank you for giving us that." And then later, a couple days later, when the musical cast had got back from a big tour of elementary schools, and we had a rehearsal that evening, before we did anything, we put our stuff away. We spread out on the set. I said, "Everyone, grab your reading book out of your backpack, find a spot." And we went into constructive rest. And when we were done, I was like, "Okay, everyone, use the bathroom, refill your water bottles. We're going to start rehearsal in about 10 minutes." And it was such a beautiful tool because before I would have had some teaching techniques to like try to reset or recharge us, but nothing I've ever used in my 17 years of teaching is a better reset when you really need it the most than constructive rest. So I've been so grateful for my personal life and for my students to have the tool of constructive rest.
Right. Right.